E4 Spanish Winter Championship travelled back to Spain for the third and last round of the season at the renewed Circuito de Navarra, with a championship to fight for and two clear candidates: Griffin Core by Campos Racing, teammates Thomas Strauven and Przyrowski. Due to the presence of the rain and with tricky track conditions, the decision was taken to start the race behind the safety car after a few laps for the drivers to gauge the state of the circuit and to help them bring their tyres up to temperature. Once the green flag was waved, it did not take long for the first incidents to arrive, as it was to be expected in such treacherous conditions, despite the rain tyres all drivers had chosen to use. While some of the incidents were simply brief moments of the track, others led to several retirements and the presence of a safety car. The restart after that neutralization was not much luckier, and soon a crash involving Yanni Steven Haydens and Christopher Fegali brought yet another safety car period. The final restart of the race came with just under 6 minutes to go, but the intensity did not let off, as drivers struggled to find the grip while trying to sort out their battles in their favor. With such little amount of green flag running, the competitors were eager to make the most of any opportunity to grapple an extra position. Meanwhile, at the top, Thomas Strauven and Przyrowski were fighting for the win, giving a fantastic show of skills and tenacity on wet conditions. In the end, after a battle of wits that raged on until the checkered flag, it was the Polish driver who took first place, ahead of his teammate. This would leave both Griffin Core by Campos drivers level on points ahead of the Saturday sprint race, setting the scene for a fantastic fight for the title. Behind them, Belgian rookie Ian Eggmans rounded up the podium, his second of the season. For the second race of the weekend, Saturday's sprint race, the rain overstayed its welcome, leading to a second start behind the safety car, just over 5 minutes into the allotted time. With the reverse grid making sure the order was shaken enough to offer a prospect of an interesting race, drivers were eager to get on with it, aware that the time to gain positions was short and the chances of some sort of interruptions were fairly high. And right from the start, the aggression caused some dicey moments, such as this contact between Matus Riva and Filippo Fiorentino. But it was Christopher Fegali's lack of fortune with technical gremlins forcing his car to come to a halt which brought the safety car back on track. With the race stewards forced to tend to the Lebanese driver's stranded machine, as well as that of Polish Viktor Dorlanski, the time spent to clear the track was longer than expected, leading to a race restart with just over 1 minute left on the clock. This would be enough for 2 racing laps, with Yanni Steven Haydens defending his first place from a pack of hungry drivers who nevertheless had to watch the Belgian from afar until the checkered flag. The MP Motorsport driver was able to celebrate his first win of the season ahead of Brazilian Miguel Costa for the first time in the top 3, and Thomas Strauven, who gained an important point advantage ahead of Sunday's title decider. Meanwhile, Przyrowski was 7th on the finish line, but finished outside of the points following a 5-second penalty. On Sunday, fate graced the E4 Spanish Winter Championship with much better weather, with relatively sunny skies and a dry track. This was, of course, after a qualifying session in mixed conditions that saw Thomas Strauven starting from 10th place on the grid and Przyrowski from 13th. This gave the Belgian the edge, forcing his Polish rival to bet on a recovery race and hope for some kind of trouble for his teammate. At the start, nobody could beat René Lammers, who quickly took the lead ahead of Andrej Petrović and Ian Eggmans, while the 2 title contenders tried to make up positions. It was not to be for Przyrowski, however, quickly taken out of the track and forced to retire of the last race of the season, which automatically gave the title to Strauven. Another important retirement in a chaotic first lap was Vivek Kanthan, the top rookie in the standings. And after a lengthy safety car period, the race was restarted with just 17 minutes left on the clock. At that point, the action came alive, with a group of drivers eager to enjoy some on-track duels after a weekend filled with interruptions and wet weather. Fights happened all over the place, with Thomas Strauven as one of the standouts as he tried his best to make his way into the podium, even though he was champion by default. In the end, Andrej Petrović and Technicar enjoyed a dream result with their first ever victory, accompanied on the podium by Nathan Tye and René Lammers. And in terms of the final classification, Thomas Strauven officially sealed his success in the Drivers' Championship, as well as Griffin Core by Campos Racing taking the team's trophy. The Spanish Winter Championship will be back, with Eurocup 3 from the 28th to the 30th of March in Motorland Aragon, alongside the Spanish Formula 4 Championship.